I feel like that would have changed the game. Would have gave us a lot more momentum. But I'm just glad I could make a play. Yeah.
You talked a little bit about this offseason, like the sort of feeling more free on the defensive line to make plays. Did you feel you showed some of that today?
Yeah, for sure, man. I feel like just with the scheme and me, coming into my own, be my second year. Like last year, I was worried about too much about not making mistakes. But this year, with the help of our scheme and our defense, I'm just out there trying to make plays and uh, just trying to get off that ball. And I feel like our scheme helps a lot with that.
Do you feel you've kind of talked about it before, but now having executed on the field, do you feel like the ability to play nose in this defense kind of highlights what you do best?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I feel like I've been just getting better at my craft every single day since OTAs, and I'm gonna just continue to try to keep getting better at the craft, and I feel like I am getting better. So yeah.
How did you like? You're obviously on the active for a bunch of games for last season, but not like on the game day roster. So how did you go through like that experience and kind of carry it into year two? Like did you use that for motivation? Or?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that sucked. Like just being inactive. I mean, I was on the active roster, but I wasn't playing. I wasn't suiting up, and it sucked because I feel like I could have been out there. I could have been helping contribute to this team, and but instead of just moping around, I just went to work every day, and I came. What a mindset is, I'm on a mission this offseason, and the D-line room pretty deep. They added more guys since then. I understand that. So, I'm just trying to make as many plays as possible when I get those opportunities.
You feel like you did it today?
Yeah, I do. I feel like I flashed a good amount today.
Can you walk us through kind of what happened on that sack?
Yeah, so we call it a float jack quads, which is just the nose out charging to the B gap. And, I saw the guard come down pretty hard on me, so I just kept going, and I hit him with a swim move, and then I ripped, and then I saw, the quarterback sitting there still, because I got there pretty fast. I didn't think I was going to get there that fast, but I did. And, I thought he threw it because I went down, and he, pump faked. So I thought he threw it when I pulled him down to the ground. But then I seen he slide the ball, and I seen that it was in the end zone. So I didn't know what to do when I got up. So I just got up, hit my little dance, and celebrated with my teammates. Yeah.
Are those are there obviously coming from the nose? That's new, but are there things that you describe in that shooting the B gap, kind of doing that are new for you in this scheme that weren't available to you in the previous?
Yeah, because I feel like we didn't really move that much last year. We were just really set. Like we had a lot of adjustments, but we never were slanting and moving. And I feel like I don't really like how when defensive linemen move all the time, but I think it's good to kind of switch it up a lot. And I feel like that's what this new scheme does is we're stout a lot of time, but then we're also slanting and moving, and that messes up the offensive lineman's rhythm. And I really like it.
I've heard a lot about how Kellen is as a head coach, just in the practices and the schedule he's got y'all on and everything like that. But what was he like on game day?
Kellen's pretty cool. Like he understands that you never want to get too high, never get too low. Kellen's just cool, calm, and collected. And in times when tough stuff get rough and stuff hits the fan, it's everybody starts freaking out a little bit. But he's just you can tell he's just been a leader and is a natural leader. And I feel like that's gonna be huge for us, especially when we face adversity throughout the season.
There's a lot about him, when he took the job about can he be a leader of men because he's not big, boisterous, loud, yelling, screaming, kind of doing all those things. Do you find this sort of down the middle better for you as a player than the hyper passionate, loud coach?
Yeah, because you understand he really is looking out for his players, and he understands because he played college football at a high level, and he played in the league for a little bit, so it's he understands players and better. And I feel like I could always root behind a coach that played at the highest level, and because I can relate to him, and I feel like he just understands what it takes to be great, and I'm excited for him to continue teaching us.
Did you do any work this offseason adding pass rush moves to your
repertoire? Yeah, for sure. Because I had to. It's a pass rushing league, and that's when the people get paid big bucks. And I've definitely just our new D-line coach Bo. We've been working a lot of pass rush, especially during OTAs, and just from the beginning of OTAs to the end of OTAs, that little 6 to 8 week span, I feel like I just got so much better at pass rush, and he's helped out a lot.
And that was part of what worked for you today?
Yeah, for sure. And just trying new stuff. Because last year, like I said, I wasn't trying to make mistakes, so I wasn't really trying stuff. And this year, it's just like, man, just go play, just be free, and you make plays doing that. So that's all I was trying to do.
Thank you, Khristian.
Thank you. Thank you.